Hi guys. One of the most asked question to me from others is, where did I get the money to start my business? So I want to answer that question today. One of the first things that we did, and please keep in mind there are tons of ways, creative ways, non-conventional, conventional ways to get money to start your business. So this is just how I did it. Oops, drop my pen. This is just how we did it. One of the first things we did was we took a loan from our local credit union. We take one almost every year anyway, but we usually use it to buy gifts, for each other, or gifts for kids in the family, or gifts for other people, or take a trip or something like that. So, and it's a very, very, very low interest loan. It's just a year in length. The terms of the loan is just a year in length, and it's usually paid by November, maybe around Thanksgiving of the following year. So it's not something that you're just getting into deep debt with the 5 or 6 years to pay it off or something like that. So it's just something that we do each year. The payments are minimal. They come directly from my husband's paycheck. So if you're a member at a credit union, more than likely they offer this. So it's probably something that you can take advantage of if you choose to. And one of the other things we did was we used our tax return. Well, the loan was around November, around Thanksgiving in November. And then the next thing to come along was tax return. So out of the two returns you get your federal tax return, you get your state. We took our entire state return, and we put that into starting our business and inventory and paying, helping to pay for licenses and getting together some of the things that we needed to get up and running. And another thing that we do, my husband has a job and we live fairly comfortably. And so we're able to allocate between $100 and $300 per month most of the time to help with business expenses, and also it helped with building our business. We don't have to do that now, but at the time we did. And another thing you could do is a yard sale. You get some items that are in good repair. Try not to get stuff that's just a bunch of junk. I hate going to yard sales and it's just junk there. Try to get stuff that's in good repair, but that you just don't use anymore. So take those items, clean them up, and put them out, and hang some signs, get some people to come out, and you can make a really nice amount of money from a yard sale, depending on the time you have them. I usually like to have mine around the first part of the month when most people have money, the first week or so of the month when people have money, get the word out, put it in your local Craigslist, something where you can get the word out if you want to go that way, or just put signs up for your neighborhood. Signs worked for us, and it draws in enough people. And plus we live on the side of town and in the neighborhood where people like to come look for yard sales. So that worked out great for us, and all that money, needless to say, went right into the bank account for our business. And another thing I did was, after I had the initial amount of money that we'd invested, I used a lot of that money to make inventory. So I had, and because I was in the fashion accessory business, I was able to take my inventory and contact a lot of events and organizations and try to do shows. So I was able to do some events and sign up as a vendor. So that worked out for me. The initial one I got invited to because I didn't think about being a vendor as a way to make money at the time, it just didn't occur to me. But I met someone while playing tennis, and they were having an event, and they said, well, come out and bring your items, because we don't have anyone that are selling the type of items that you're selling. So I came out. It was a really nice event. There could have been more people, but it was sufficient. I had a really, and I still do have a really good booth set up, so it draws a lot of attention, and it draws a lot of people to my setup, whether it's a table or a booth. So I always get a lot of people to come by, and I had other vendors also come and ask about my setup, and to take pictures, and see if it would be something that they could probably use at their next event. And so that's one way to make money. You pay your fee. Usually it's between 25 and 30 bucks. There's gonna be some out-of-pocket tables if the table is not provided, and you're probably gonna have the tablecloth if it's not provided, chairs, things like that, and decorations. And one of the main things to be aware. My first event went really well, but my second event, there were not enough people attending. So just be aware that a lot of times people have these events, they don't know much about marketing, and so they don't get the word out. So sometimes there are not a lot of people attending. I mean, if you're going to be somewhere like LA or an event that's been going on for years, you're probably going to have a really good turnout. But if not, then you're probably going to have to do your own marketing, hit social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and let people know what's going on, where you're going to be, showcase some of the items that are going to be there, and get the word out so that you can make sufficient sales. Another thing that can be done, it's not something that we did, but can be done, is if you have a 401k, you can take a loan out of your 401k and use that loan amount to start your business. A lot of the 401k plans will allow you to have up to 2 loans, maybe 3 at one time, and usually the payments are very, very low. So excuse me, and you are borrowing your own money, so the payments are low, and they usually just come right out of your paycheck, depending on the type of 401k that you have. And again, very, very, there is no interest. It's just straight payback. I was going to say very low interest, but there is no interest. It's just straight pay the money back and put it in there, and it serves you to pay it back because you need that money for retirement. So, and another thing that can be done is taking a loan against your property, a second mortgage, if you are a homeowner. We are homeowners. That this is not something that we did. We did not take out a second mortgage. So just decided against it. No real rhyme or reason, just didn't. So that's something you can consider if you are a homeowner and you have equity in your home, and you want to pull an amount out that will get your business up and running. You can do that. As I said, it's not something that we did. We didn't need to do it, so we didn't do it. It would depend on the type of business. Maybe you want to buy a franchise, or something that's going to take a large amount of money, or a restaurant or something like that. Then it may be a good choice if you pull your equity out and use it towards something like that. But for us, it wasn't something that we considered. So anyway, hopefully these tips can help you put together the money to get going. Gosh, there are other little things you can do. Bake sales, I just can't even, it depends on your structure or your setup of your business too. Because if you're a corporation or a non-profit corporation, then you can have some fundraisers, and you can offer people, they'll have a tax write-off in exchange for donations to your organization. But we're not incorporated yet. We're working on that this year. So soon will be venturing into fundraisers, and I'll be sharing with you some of the ups and downs of incorporating. Because of my background as a paralegal, I will probably be doing the incorporation paper and process myself. I looked over the process. I've done the process before, but it has been many, many years, maybe about 15, 16 years since I've done it, incorporation. But I purchased the NOLO books. Anybody that's used to doing anything knows about NOLO, and they will walk you through it step by step and help refresh my memory, and I'll be able to do that. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it was helpful. You know, and of course, if you guys started a business, perhaps you can put some info in the comments as to how you did it, where did you get your funds from, if it was very creative. I've heard of all kinds of things. So if you guys want to let us know about those things, put them in the comments. Let us know how you got the money together to get going, and maybe you can help someone else. All right, guys, have a good night.